Okay, guys, let's see. These ones I think we did in class, but let's do them again. Sorry, okay, here we go. In my class, there are no such things as circles, there are only pirate squares. So why do I call a circle a pirate square? You should know by now, because if I'm building a shape, that's a pirate square, a pi r squared, a pirate square. Now, if I want to build a cylinder, I just start with a pirate square and give it some height. So I give it some height, and there we go. I've built a pirate square. A cylinder is a pirate square that I gave some height. Okay, so pirate square, give it some height. Okay, got it. Now, I don't need the 6. We talked about this. A radius is only halfway, so I don't need the full 6. I just need the 3. So pi, the 3 is the r squared, pi r squared height, pi r squared times 5. Okay, so 3.14 times 3 twice times 5. Okay, so if I take my calculator up, come on, no adds, there we go. Okay, 3.14 times 3 times 3 times 5 is 141.3 units cubed, which means 3D units. Okay, this thing, if I want to build this guy, I start with a pirate square. I start with a pi r squared. I give it some height. So I give it some height, but I crush them into the middle. I crush the bottom, so I divide by 3. Anytime you crush the bottom, you only get one of the 3 sections that you used to have, so you divide by 3. Okay, let's go. Pi r squared. Pi r squared. So we've got 3 pi r squared height divided by 3, so 3.14. The radius, again, we don't need all the way across. We just need 5 times 5 squared times 6 divided by 3. So we start with a pirate square. We make it tall. We crush the bottom. All right, so I'll do my calculator again. Let's see, 3.14 times 5 times 5 times 6 equals, divided by 3 equals 157 3D units. Okay. This guy, we start with a pirate square, which is right here. But we don't make him tall, we make him 3D. So we say not 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional, and we need the stupid fraction out front. All right, so 4/3 times 3.14 times the radius, not all the way across, not the 5, 2.5 is what we need for the radius. So times 2.5 3 times, because we need to make this circle 3D. Okay, 4/3 is 4 divided by 3 equals, so there's my 4/3, times 3.14 equals, so I times by that. And now I got to times by 2.5 three times. Times 2.5 times 2.5 times 2.5 equals 66. We'll make it to the nearest hundredth. 65.42, because the 6 helps me round up the next one. Units cubed. All right, this guy, let's see. This goes down 2, this goes up 2. -2 divided by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Nothing killed off the negative, so the slope is -1. So y equals -1x, but we don't write 1. So y equals -x. What does that mean? All right, my y should be the same thing as negative my x. So here's my x. If I make it negative, that's -7, but it's supposed to be -5. So I need to add 2, because -5 is actually bigger than -7. So if you take your x and make it negative and add 2, let's see. If I make 9, -9, and then add 2, yep, I get -7. There we go. All right, number 5. Ooh, looks a little easier because I got my begin on blue number. Okay, let's see. This one goes up 9. This one goes over 6. So this slope is 9/6, but that can be reduced. We're going to divide the top by 3 because this is 3 times 3 and this is 3 times 2. So reduced, this is really 3/2. The slope is 3/2. So y equals 3/2 x, and we start at 7 plus 7. All right, these ones. All right, I know that this is 120 degrees. I know right here is 120 degrees because it's on the opposite side of the x. It's a vertical angle. All right, I know that right here is 120 degrees because this is the opposite, or sorry, oh my gosh, I can't remember the word. Alternating exterior angle with 120 degrees. And this is also the matching, this is the corresponding angle. So these four are all 120. These four, this one, this one, this one, and this one are all 60 degrees because they have to add up to 180. So if this is 20, this has to be 60. So x is 60, which means this over here, this pink one, A, is 120, which means C is 60, which means B, a little bit differently. Yeah, in here there are 60 degrees. This is going to be 60 degrees right there where B is. But that's not one B, that's 6 B's. So 6 B's equals 60 degrees. I divide by 6, now that I'm getting good at algebra, and B equals 10. So down here, this one was 100, right? All the pink ones were 120. But that's 5 y's. So I'm going to divide by 5, and y equals 24. So because these two lines were parallel, these were just copies of each other. All those angles look exactly like all those angles. Okay, let's see. Number 11. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. This is the A, so 5 squared. This is the B plus X squared. And this is the C, equals 13 squared. So I'm finding the missing piece in this one. 25, why do I keep doing that? 25 plus X squared equals 169. I'm going to subtract 25 from this side, subtract 25 from that side. I'm looking for the missing piece, not they add together. X squared equals 144. I take the square root of both sides, and X equals 12. So 5, the answer here is 12, but the pink numbers that I just wrote, 5, 12, and 13, don't add up to each other. But if I take them to the second power, like 5 to the second power is 25, 12 to the second power is 144, 13 to the second power is 169, then 25 plus 144, the two that are, straight up and down and sideways, those do equal the 169. So the answer was 12. This guy, okay, let's see, number 12. We got to just do some cleaning up here. I'm going to move this over. We got to do some cleaning up. Okay, so we've got, over here we've got a Starbucks, a distribution. -5 times x is -5x. -5 times -2 is +10. In multiplication, the two negatives make a positive. Everything else we're just going to copy down normal. So this 5x wasn't part of it, so he just comes down. On this side, I'm going to start taking care of some things also. We've got 6x's and we've got -9x's. So really on this side, I'm just going to combine them into one. We've got -3x's. Let's see, we've got -3 and -5 on the same side. So really what we have over here is -8. Something else I see over here, if I have on this side I got to take care of, I've got +5x's and -5x's on the same side. So really they just cancel each other out. That's 0. So they got rid of each other. So I'm stuck with the equation. After I've done some cleaning up, I've got -3x minus 8 equals +10. So I'm going to add 8 over here, add 8 over there, and that gets rid of the 8's. -3x equals 18. Divide by -3. X equals -6. 18 divided by 3 is 6. Nothing kills the negative. X is -6. So the big steps in that one were there, and combining like terms. Okay, over here, for 13, these are easy if you line them up in the correct columns. This is the ones column, this is the tenths column. So if I use my columns, I just say, okay, these guys are covered by the repeat sign. So this would be 7/10. This would be 7/10. And then I subtract whatever's not covered. From the 7, I don't have to subtract anything, so this is just 7. From the 10, I'm going to subtract the 1 because it's not covered. And this is 7/9. Over here, this is the ones column, the tens column, the hundredths column. So this would be 74 100ths. Same thing. I'm just going to subtract whatever's not covered by the repeat sign. So for the 74, everything's covered. Okay, just 74. From the 100, the 1's not covered. So I'm going to subtract it. Minus 1 is 99, and that's the fraction. Over here, this is the ones, the tens, the hundreds. I'm going to, oh, sorry, not that one. These are covered by the line, so what is not covered? I'm going to subtract 7, which is not covered from that one, and from the hundreds, 10 is not covered. So this becomes 67 90ths. Okay. Is this a function? Yes, it is, because 3 has one job, 4 has one job, and 2 has one job. I could cover this up completely. I don't even need to know what their job is. I could look at this like, this could be completely covered up and me not know what these things are. Let's just fill it up. I don't even have to see that. But looking at this side, 3 has one job, 4 has one job, and 2 has one job, so that's good. If 2 had a second job like that and went off somewhere else, that's illegal. Everybody needs to have one job and one job only. I don't even care what their job is. Number 15, not a function, because boom, boom. Sorry, so this one is a function. Yes, function. This one, not a function. This one is not a function because 7 has 2 jobs. 7's not allowed to have 2 jobs. Does 7 do job number 1 or does it do job number 4? Not a function. Okay. Down here, these should be getting pretty old for you guys. Let's see. For the green one, I'll do that one first. Let's see. What is that? Down 3, negative 3, forward 4. So down 3 over 4, and it's going down with my right arm, so that's a negative 3/4. The tan one, or whatever weird color I made that, like something like, I don't even know where that color is at. Where did I find that color? Whatever. This one looks like it goes up 1 over 3. And it's going positive, so it's positive 1/3. If I use my right arm, the blue one is completely sideways. It's not positive, it's not negative, it's right in between positive and negative. That's 0. The pink one is, if I use my right arm, do I point up or do I point down? Because they're going equally up and down. That's undefined. There's no way to do that. That's not a slope. All right, once we know our slopes, we can just say y equals 1/3 x. We can say y equals negative 3/4 x. And we say where they start. So this one starts right here at 1, so positive 1. The green one starts at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus 8. The blue one, all right, the blue one this is the y-axis. So the blue one hits the y-axis at negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. Y equals negative 4. And the undefined one, this is the x-axis. It hits the x-axis at 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 5. So it hits the x-axis at negative 5. All right, let's see. Substitution. This one should be a relatively easy substitution. Y is the same thing as this, so I can take y out, and I can plug in 6x plus 4. And that equals 12x minus 2. I make my teams. X team, number team. Let's see, I'm going to subtract 6 x's so I can move it over with this guy. Dead. I need to move off negative 2. I'm going to move him with positive 2 over to this side. Dead over there. And we've got 6 equals 6x. I'm going to divide by 6. Top versus bottom of the 6. X equals 6 divided by 6 is 1. There we go. So x is 1, but I got to use that back up here. Y is the same thing as 6 times 1 plus 4. Y equals 6 plus 4. Y equals 10. So the answer is 110. All right, 22. This one's interesting. Okay, if I want something to kill each other off, I'm going to make this top one twice as big. The reason I do that is because now positive 4 turns into positive 8y's, and that will kill off the negative 8y's beneath it. But I have to do the whole row, not just that number. So 3x's becomes 6x's equals 16 becomes 32. All right, let's add these up. 6x and 6x, those don't cancel each other out. Those are both positive. That's 12x's. 8y's and negative 8y's kill each other off. I've got equals. I've got 32 and negative 32 is 0. All right, 12x equals 0. Some people say no solution, but no, the x is still in there. We divide by 12. X equals 0. 0 divided by 12 is 0. So x is 0. Okay, if x is 0, that means I'm going to use this guy right here. 3x plus 4y equals 16. 3 times 0 plus 4y equals 16. Well, 3 times 0 means nothing, so this guy's gone. 4y equals 16. So divide by 4, y equals 4. All right, so the answer is 0, 4. 23. Okay, Starbucks order with a 1/2 and with a 5. So 1/2 of 10x is 5x, not just 5. 1/2 of positive 30 is positive 15. 5 times x is 5x. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 15. Well, I have the same equation on both sides, but if I try to subtract 5x's and move them from here over here, right, they cancel each other out. Anytime I have the same number of x's on both sides, it's going to be weird. And we have 15 equals 15. That's a true statement. This is infinite solutions. All right, 24, solve graphically. All right, this has a slope of -1, but it also starts at 0, right? When you don't see a number, it starts at 0. So starts at 0 and goes down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. It has to be negative, right? There's a negative here. So if I use my right arm, this has to be going down to the right and up to the left. Okay, so there's that line. And I could draw the line in. There we go. Next one's going to start at 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's going to go up 1 over 3, up 1 over 3, up 1 over 3. And backwards, I'm going to use that pattern. Down 1 over 3. Okay, right there. That's where they hit. I missed the line with my drawing, but I think we see that the dots hit each other. So it's right there. -1, -2, -3. Positive 1, positive 2, positive 3. -3 for the x, positive 3 for the y. All right, this guy, how far are they apart? Let's see. Okay, so this is 4 boxes. This is 6 boxes. 4 squared plus 6 squared equals, I don't know, squared. 16 plus 36 equals, I don't know, squared. Let's see. 16 plus 36 equals 52. Equals, I don't know, squared. To get rid of the square, we get square root. So C is the square root of 52. I'm going to hit square root, which is about 7.2. Okay. So long assignment. Hopefully you were able to do a lot in class. Good luck on the test tomorrow. It's going to look exactly like this. Okay, later.